I can decompose an irregular figure into non-overlapping rectangles to find the area. An irregular figure is basically something that isn't a rectangle. In this case, notice how I have two rectangles here. If I were to kind of join them together, I would have an irregular figure. But what we're going to do is break them apart into two rectangles that you can find the area of. So this rectangle is 10 by 3, and this one's 7 by 4, so you just do 10 times 3 plus 7 times 4, and you have the total area of both rectangles. So if you find both of them and then add them up, you get the total. 3 times 10 is going to be 30, 7 times 4 is going to be 28, and that total will be 58 square units. That's basically all we're going to have to do to meet this learning target. It starts, though, with an irregular shape that we have to decompose. So in this case, we have this irregular shape, and you have to draw a line to decompose it into two non-overlapping rectangles, A and B. Notice the side length of 9 refers to a side that overlaps between the two rectangles, so we're going to end up not using it in calculating area. We're also going to end up not using the 8 because it just doesn't work with the way we split these up. We look at rectangle B, and it becomes 3 by 4, so we do 3 times 4 plus rectangle A, which you have this side of 11 and this side of 5. 11 covers the entire length, whereas 8 only covers up to this point, and we're leaving out that. So we do 11 times 5. You do 3 times 4 equals 12, plus 11 times 5 equals 55. 12 plus 55 equals 67 square units is the total area for both rectangles. Here's another rectangle that's already split into two. You have rectangle A and B, another irregular figure decomposed into two rectangles, rectangle A and B. You're going to end up ignoring the 9 and the 5 here, and I want you to figure out the area of rectangle A and rectangle B, then add them together. So pause the video now, figure that out, add them together. Hit play, and I'll go over how to do it. Alright. So to start out with rectangle A, you have this side is 10, this side is 5. So you do 10 times 5. Then we're going to add that to rectangle B, which would be 4 times 5. 10 times 5 is 50, plus 4 times 5 is 20. 50 plus 20 equals 70 square units. And we've just found the area of this total irregular shape. For this one, I want you to decide how to break it apart, decompose it, and then multiply and find the area. So pause the video, decompose this shape, multiply your two rectangles together, and find the area. Hit play, and then I'm going to do it both possible ways. There's two possible ways to do this. I'll explain to you why one way is better than the other with this shape. Alright, so of the two ways you can decompose this, you can put a line here and decompose it into a rectangle that is 14 by 4 and a rectangle that is 4 by 4. Well, as soon as I do that, 14 times 4 plus 4 times 4. I see that 4 times 4 is easy to solve, but I see that 14 times 4 is difficult to solve. I don't know this. Now, I can tell you that 14 times 4 is going to be 40 plus 16. It'll be 56. Plus another 16 for 4 times 4. That's a tough one to do. You need to know a lot about your multiplication facts. That's why this would not be the best choice. Your better choice is actually to decompose your rectangle like this. Now I have rectangle A. Let's erase this so we're not confused. And rectangle B. Rectangle A would be 8 times 4. The 14 is the overlapping side. You want that longer side usually to be the overlap, and cut it. 8 times 4 plus 10 times 4. Okay, 8 times 4, I know that's 32. 10 times 4, I know that's 40. 32 plus 40 ends up being 72 square units, which if you add these up, 56 plus 16, 6 plus 6 is 12, regroup, 1 plus 5 plus 1 is going to be 7. You end up getting the same answer. But I just feel that this way is significantly easier based on known facts. You may not know 14 times 4, whereas you should be knowing 8 times 4 and 10 times 4. I can decompose an irregular figure into non-overlapping rectangles to find the area. So in this rectangle, or this irregular figure, there's 2 ways to decompose it, but you remember, you want to try to cut that big number. That 16 is the one you're going to want to try to cut. Drawing this way is going to be a little bit harder when you decompose. So decompose this and find the area.